Good Thursday evening, everybody. Welcome to the SBP and a special edition because we got some good football that's going to be kicking off before Sunday. So we wanted to take a quick minute to dive into it. This will be shorter than our normal shows, but we agreed, as Dij and I was talking before we came on, that at least two out of the three are heavy, and one of them could be some fun or some things were to go down. What's up, guys?
Oh, it's going well. I had a few days to calm down off football. If this would have been a Monday night show, I wouldn't have been here. This was a Tuesday show, I wouldn't have been here. I've calmed enough over the couple of days to show up and finally talk football again.
I'm numb at this point. So.
Yeah, look, I thought sure Diz that you guys were going to win that game. They were looking so good. They were looking so good.
I know I was talking crap like in the group chat and everything, but I still always know, okay, we needed to win third quarter. That was the quarter I cared about because the Bills have been a second half team all year.
Right.
And when I saw the tide turning in the third quarter, I was just like, well, hopefully we can win it. Hopefully we can.
Things didn't go that way, but it's cool, man. Cool, you still in a really good position.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be playing in the postseason. Joel isn't, and I'm not either. It's gonna take a miracle on top of a miracle on top of a miracle for me to get to the playoffs. So
that's
I'm
fair.
Looking ahead to next season. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
I feel Joel, I feel you.
Look forward to next year. I've been looking forward to next season all year.
You guys should have the number one pick though, and you could trade that for crazy.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I want to do. Like whatever it ends up being, I want to trade back. So, preferably the first ones because you get the most out of that. So that's what I want.
Man, the talk that I was seeing this week were folks debating on whether or not you guys would take another quarterback.
That's stupid. They know that's not happening.
And I was shocked at how heavy the conversations got too in a couple of these things. I'm like, are they really getting into this? Like this could really, they're really thinking this could really happen.
I gotta go see some of this. I'm sure. I'm not surprised that people are talking about it, but realistically speaking, we know that that's not happening.
I don't see the point. I mean, I think he's proven enough to be like, hey, we can build around this kid. And why? I'm not saying waste. I don't want to say waste to pick, but you'd be basically wasting a pick on another quarterback when you already have a good one in hand. I mean, I guess you could just trade the other one, but
to be fair, that was the first thing that popped up. Is they could trade him, and we could draft Fernando Mendoza as sort of the headline of this.
But you know what's funny? I think. What do you think you get more for? Jackson Dart straight up or that mystery first round pick? Because it's going to be Mendoza, but it's still very much how good is it? We won't know until we actually see it,
Mm-hmm.
So it popped up as soon as you looked it up, huh?
Yeah.
I told you
I was shocked. Well, I'm not shocked people are talking about it, like I said, but I'm like, there's no way. I'd be very shocked if it happened.
I would too. I 100% doubt that. Even if even though at this point it does look like we might even have a new GM. So,
they talked about it on ESPN. I thought these were all like other.
No, I watch and I can't remember because I don't watch a lot of ESPN shows anymore.
I don't either. It was on Get Up
I watch in the morning. I do watch when I'm getting up early. I do watch Unsportsmanlike. I do like Kenny, Evan and Michelle. I do like them. So I will watch them till I leave for work. And then depending on what the topic is and who's on there, I will watch some Get Up.
That's what they were talking about it on.
Yeah, that's what I saw. I will watch some Get Up because, I like some of the guys on the show. It's not an everyday thing. There's nothing else on ESPN that I will watch other than, if it's not dealing with like maybe women's basketball coverage, I will. Mm-hmm. But, and shout out to Elle Duncan, who just leaving ESPN. They just had her, the last ride, but she, those three were great together. But I don't watch anything on ESPN. So I knew it had to been either Get Up or Sports when I first saw it. But then there was a conversation on the what is it? What is it called now? But with Nick Wright and them on Fox.
Oh yeah.
They did have a brief conference. Somebody brought it up on there as well. So.
I watch Pardon the Interruption, and they don't really get into stuff like this. I do watch that with Will Bond and Tony Kornheiser.
I've always been a fan. I guess a lot of times when it comes on, I'm doing something else. I haven't really sat down and watched that in years, man. Like I didn't say years, maybe months, but still been a minute. But it is what it is. But let's dive into these games. When we got 3 games, starting off tomorrow, Joel. I was telling Diz before we came on. I was looking at the schedule yesterday while I was eating. I said, "That's what we do. We got Thursday night football. Okay. Oh shoot, this is the week we got Saturday night football too." And I started looking, and I said, "What? The Rams and the Seahawks are playing?"
Mm-hmm.
And earlier today, I almost got them mixed up because I was thinking it was the Packers and Bears. But when I saw, it was like the Rams and the Seahawks are playing in a pivotal game on Thursday night football. A game that means a lot to both teams, more so to Seattle because the Rams have already clinched the playoff spot.
Right.
So the Rams are in the playoffs. Seattle.
How is Seattle not clinched? They have the same record.
Well, Rams. I can go through all the dynamics and
I'm sure there's some tiebreakers and whatnot. That's just a weird one to me.
Yeah, you got these 2 teams now. Seattle is funny. Well, not even funny. It's pretty simple. They win or tie, they get in. Or the Detroit loss or tie gets in there. Mm-hmm. So Seattle, Seattle could that very well be in the playoffs by the time tomorrow night ends. But those are the 2 basic scenarios right now.
Also, I wonder if technically I guess it's between them, like you said, and it's gotta be Detroit then. So I guess if they lose out and Detroit wins out, Detroit will take their spot, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah, so a lot of crazy things can happen, man. But look, we look at this game, man. The Seahawks come in winners 8 of their last 9, and then the Rams coming off a very impressive 41-34 victory here over Detroit on the other day. Very entertaining game.
It was, but that touchdown. Oh.
That's a touchdown these days, right?
That's a tough one. That's a tough one to watch at the end.
Very tough. Very tough. I guess one thing we watching, guys, Devontae Adams did not practice today.
So I think he's out.
Yeah. So I haven't seen anything official. Maybe you have. I did say he was a DNP. And judging by the way McVay was talking the other day, and he was saying it didn't look good in my mind, I was like, yeah, he's probably not going to play next week. And this is before I even realized it was, they were playing Thursday. I was saying he might not play next week.
Mm-hmm.
The fantasy might have the information.
No, it still says doubtful. I could have sworn I saw something earlier that said that he was out. Maybe it was just somebody doing, their analysis on it.
Yeah, I saw that the plane got delayed too. They said there's a plane delay right now, and they're looking at alternatives to get to where they're going. Some technical issues or something. I saw that just before we came on.
Interesting.
Yeah, so they haven't left to head over to Seattle, and they said they play tomorrow.
Not the best start.
No, not at all.
Well, lucky for them, at least they ain't got to travel cross country. You know what I'm saying?
Worst case scenario, they could drive up there. What's the drive from LA to Seattle?
Good question.
A couple hours. Let me see. What would that be?
Oh, never mind. That's a rough drive. That's 17 hours.
I was gonna say.
So they down at the bottom.
Yeah. I forgot LA is South California. California.
I don't know why it still just felt like it's still not that long of a drive. But no, that's awful. I've done a 17-hour drive. It's not fun.
I drove to Georgia, and that shit took me.
Yeah. I used to have to take that when I was younger. I had to take a Georgia drive to Columbus from VA, and we maybe 8 hours now. Whatever the drive was, it was miserable. I finally got to be when I was old enough, and I didn't have to go every year. When I could stay home or see another family member, it was some of the best in the world for me because I didn't have to go. You know what I'm saying? Because I hate
long ass drive. Yeah.
Sitting in the back. But yeah, man. So Devontae Adams is not looking like he's going to play tomorrow. So Seattle, I don't see any major injuries there to really look out for. But it's going to be a game to watch, man. A lot on the line for both teams. The Rams can try to keep a stranglehold on that number one spot in Seattle. Just simply about getting in. Joel, you got any feelings about this game, man?
It looks like it's going to be a good game. I still have a slight, even though my fantasy season is also over, I still have a slight appreciation for the Rams, even though their defense screwed me last week. But they are still one of the top. I think they're like right next to each other, like 2 or 3 or some shit. Rams and Seahawks. So it should be a good game regardless. I'm still leaning Rams, but it should be a good one. I mean, that's probably the best game this week, I would say.
Yeah, definitely the best game this week. And it's the first time they played. What was that? Week 11, I think it was. It was 21-19, and that was a game which was surprising that it was that close, because if you remember, that was the game that Sam Darnold threw 4 interceptions.
Yep, I do remember that.
21-19. It was only a 2-point game. Sam Darnold threw 4 interceptions, but also they lost at the end. They had a chance to win it, and they missed the field goal at the end of regulation. They could have still won the game, through his 4 interceptions.
Yep,
it was tight all the way through, man.
Right.
How you think this one gonna go?
Oh, that's I don't think that it being in Seattle this time probably is going to make the difference. Sam Darnold probably had his worst game of the year last year, and like you said, they were within. I don't think they were. I think they were definitely obviously within 2, but I don't think they were driving for the field goal at the end. I have to remember exactly how it fully ended, but obviously within shooting distance at the end of the game. So it's like, Matt Stafford, he had no turnovers that game. So it wasn't like, oh, both quarterbacks were playing terribly. For all intents and purposes, you would have thought LA would have ran away with that game, and Seattle's defense just really kept them in it, which is sort of their linchpin this year. Like, they are one of the best defenses by far this year.
Mm-hmm.
So you almost gotta say that with how close that is, I can easily see that the home crowd just making a 3-point swing, where instead of it being 19-21, it's 22-21. I'm not calling that my score, but just
okay. So what you got? So you got what's your score?
Actually, I'd go 24-21. So I do think it'll still be a 3-point victory. Ooh. But I think Seattle could score a little bit more than 22.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
So I'm sure
Seattle? I'm going Seattle. I'm sure a couple of those field goals will be touchdowns this time.
Indeed. So, you went 24-21. I went 24-20, but I stayed with the Rams. I stayed with the Rams.
I mean, I won't be surprised if we be honest.
I stayed with the Rams. I know the possibility of Devontae not playing is going to be big. But on the positive side for the Rams is somebody nobody's talking about, but they should be talking about this last month or so has been crazy, and that's Micah Parsons at the tight end, right? Tyler Higbee went down. They had him on IR or whatever, and we just like, well, that goes another weapon, because we get so used to seeing that connection between Stafford and Tyler Higbee. But man, Micah Parsons has 5 TDs over the last 5 games, so he's finding the end zone.
Yep, and I look for him in the Seattle game.
Yeah, I look for him to take up even more, slack now that Devontae's gone. And it also helps that the Rams just recently got back Tutu Atwell. I think it was last game, and he had been gone for weeks. So you're getting somebody that's, they may not give you anywhere maybe 3 to 5 catches in a game at that, but, he's a good deep threat. And he always seems to come up big for them. So I'm gonna keep the Rams, take the Rams to keep on trucking. I got Source's scores too. Source, of course, is Wednesday night, so he's got his. He couldn't jump on because, of course, over on TikTok, which I'll be peeping in once we're done here. But he's got his sessions with Source, and then of course he has his rapidly growing, very popular.
Uh-oh.
Beat Cypher Wednesday, which is taking off like a monster. He's getting like people really, that know that in the hip hop game.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a bunch of producers coming on playing beats, things like that. It's pretty dope. So they kicking it off, and I believe this week is the last one he's doing this year. So we're running into the holiday, so they ought to go kick those off with a bang. But Source left his score, and Source took the Rams 30-21.
Okay,
that's a little high, but okay.
Yeah. So
Source don't seem to be too high on Seattle's defense for some reason.
No. I think he was kind of high on him at one point, and he probably saw a game or two that, which we tend to do. We see some of the best defenses. We just saw the Packers give the Broncos a little bit of a run, and you talk about the Broncos right now. I think they're number 2 defense, I believe, right now.
Yeah,
I got it.
They one of their top 5. I think they're number 2. I think
they dropped, so they could have dropped after this Packer game, and so 1 through 5 is still close. So like now they're.
I got Seattle 2. I got Houston 1, Seattle 2. Denver is
Denver
4.
Is 4 on mine.
Okay,
yeah, I see.
I believe last week, started the week, they were number 2.
But I guess one. I mean, technically, LA and Cleveland both have 200, are tied basically. So it's like it's so close.
Rams 3, yeah.
One bad game, you out.
You drop a spot or 2.
Right.
Yeah, so that one's going to be really interesting. So I can't wait for that game. I'll be honest with you. I really cannot wait for the game. And we'll put this one in the middle. We're going to go ahead and go over to the Saturday night games. All right, Saturday night games, we got 2 of them. First up, we're going to go in with the Eagles and the Commanders. I was getting ready to say Redskins, but Eagles. The Eagles and Commanders are going to go at it. Of course, the Eagles are sitting there with 9 wins, trying to not only clinch the playoff spot, but if they win this game, they clinch the division. So that would put all the way buried the Dallas Cowboys. So it's inevitable. And it'll be the first time in 21 seasons that we will have back-to-back or repeat champions in the NFC East.
Yeah.
Yep. So the Commanders are just playing. They're out there. They've shut down Jaden.
Going through the motions.
And it's going to be about Marcus Mariota, apparently. They're going to go forward. I think this is a very good game, at least on the Washington side, to just pretty much look at it. Yeah, play spoiler, of course. You definitely right. They got to play him. They play him twice, right? They got to play him twice.
Yeah.
So, but you can go ahead and play spoiler. At least in one of these games. You also continue to get a look at all some of the players that you got, some of the young guys that you got, the receiver, even Traylon Brooks that they brought over. After he was released. So. But you just got to play it out, man. You got to play it out. The only thing that I'm watching in this game is Saquon did not practice. He's been dealing with a stinger. So whether he plays Saturday night, I don't know. But he didn't practice at all. But what you think about this one, Dig?
I can't see this being a close game. Like Philly not going to be resting players because they still technically have the threat in the division. Like they still are fully playing to make sure they're going to go to the playoffs. And Washington just seems kind of I think injuries hurt them early enough in the year. And like now they just, like you said, just kind of going through the motions. This could easily turn into like a 31-17 Philly victory. I'll go with that.
31-17?
Yeah.
31-17.
2 teams going in completely different directions.
Yeah, but it's it's a division game. They hate each other.
I get you.
They might. The Philly could pull it out, no doubt. But I'm saying, like, I don't know if it'll be that close.
Yeah,
they gave us. They were. Don't get me wrong. They were coming off an 8-game losing streak until they played us last week. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Joel. Like I was saying, you never know. It's a division game, and this is the Eagles. Now I know the Eagles just beat the brakes off of the Raiders, which they should have.
Yeah,
right?
of course. Yeah.
Which they definitely should have. They did what they were supposed to do. But are we fully
Shocker?
Are we fully trusting the Eagles right now after what we saw beforehand, like before this game? Like there's some legitimate.
That was the Raiders' backup quarterback.
Right. I think the worst thing that could happen to them is not to blow out Washington. Like I think that's the worst thing. I know people will say just win. You just need to get a win. Just get a win and continue and get in the playoffs and worry about everything else. But a team like this has been struggling before last week, like what it could do to this team's psyche.
Yeah.
Like, you start to question yourself. I think that the Eagles need to win this game. I think they need to win it big. If they win this game and it's not a 2-score game at least, I think it plays with them a little bit. I think we continue those questions.
That's why I picked 2. Like it's got. I'll go a step further. I think it has to be 2 touchdowns because I don't think a 31-21 victory feels as satisfying when this team is in the state that it's in right now. Like you said, I think they have to make a statement.
They definitely have to make a statement. What you think, Joel?
I think it's gonna be gritty. And I think Eagles will pull it out, but I don't think it's gonna be by a blowout. I think they're gonna escape with a win. It's gonna be one of them like I don't want to lose, even though the Commanders don't have nothing. They really have nothing to play for at this point. They're just playing to play, and there's nothing like spoiling like the opposition, like your rival, spoiling the day. That's enough to play for, honestly, for a team that has nothing to do. Like they beat us to death, and we worse. You know, like we really have nothing to play for, and they wanted to kill us. So imagine with Philly, you know.
Yeah, one thing to watch too is Laramie Tunstall on that old line. Monitoring him, I don't know whether or not he's going to play. That's not good news against that Philly front. You know, if Jalen Carter and them in there, you know, they can, you know, wreak havoc in that middle, which will be another downside for Washington there. But Source, of course, he took the Birds. He took his Birds 28-17, and I took the Eagles 33-20.
Field goal. It's gonna be a field goal.
Hey, look, I'd take that. I need for something to play with their minds. I need Philly. They're gonna get in there to have a quick exit. That's just how I'm feeling right now.
That's it. Yeah, I feel you.
All right, so what we got here, and of course the last game. Of course, I know this got a lot of interest. I got a lot of interest in this, and it's because of the conversations that Digi and I've been having.
Yeah,
not only about this division, but definitely about these two teams here. And this one here involves a game that was just played a couple of weeks ago between the Packers and the Bears. So they will go at it. We got some scenarios here. I'm on the Packers side. A win plus a Lions loss or tie. They're in, or a tie plus a Lions loss or tie. And they're in. As far as the Bears, pretty much the same thing. If they win and the Lions lose, or the same tie scenario, right? They can get in. You know what I'm saying? So this is where we're at. A lot on the line in this very competitive division. And I think we can honestly say now, as of right now, maybe the second most competitive you think right now?
Yeah, Detroit's not playing up to where I thought they would play. I could say second.
Yeah, I mean, things changed. I mean, we might have felt differently about certain divisions 2 weeks ago, but I think it's going to be hard pressed for anybody to beat that West right now. That West is crazy. What the NFC West has got a team sitting in third place that already has 10 wins. And it's not guaranteed to make the playoffs right now.
Right.
This is what's crazy.
Crazy, yeah.
We're pretty much at a point we talked about the 11-win situation. There may be a 10 or 11-win team that may not make the playoffs this year.
Right.
And we're going to really find out about that in sometime in the next couple of weeks. But this one here, man, the Packers came off a tough loss to the Broncos. I just had a feeling about that when we talked about Sunday. But they made the Broncos defense work. They did make them work. So a lot of teams couldn't do that. Then the Bears, of course, I mean, they just had the Browns, and they went out there and handled business. But this ought to be a good one. Packers won the last one 28-21 in a game that could have gone either way. There were scenarios in that game where I thought the Packers could have actually won that, maybe by 2 scores, but there's also scenarios I thought that the Bears could have actually stolen that game. So this is going to be fun, man. This is going to be fun. What you think about this one, Joel?
Who took the last game? I forget.
Packers
28-21.
Okay, I got the line. Lions. The Bears. I got the Bears.
You got
I got the Bears. I think they're starting to collapse. Sadly, considering how high I was on them to start the season. Losing Micah
they're
hurt.
starting to collapse. Interesting.
I do. I think unfortunately, I'm starting to see cracks. And the fucking Bears just seem to pull it out of their ass. And the Packers stole it last time. I think it'll come up even this time. I think the Bears take it.
Are we watching the same game?
No, you're probably watching way more of these games than I am.
I don't see where the stole it comes from either. Or the
Which one?
To be honest.
Oh, I didn't know. When I say stole it, I mean like I at the time the Bears are hot, so I figured they had a good chance of winning that game. Not so much. So that's what I meant by stole it.
Okay.
Momentum at the time.
What up, Keys? I see my man Keys in the comments over there. Yeah, it's a good one, I think. And you can speak to this one, Didge. You know, he mentioned maybe some cracks there. I mean, I've mentioned before with the Packers because you just don't know what you're going to get. We did have a couple of weeks. This is a team I'm thinking is going to definitely be playing in the NFC Championship game. Then there have been some weeks I'm like, come on. But now you lose a piece like Micah Parsons, right? You lose a defensive piece like Micah Parsons that was leading the league in pressures. And now, you know, you got to replace, 12 sacks on the season. What are they at? They're at how many sacks they got? You got that on the
33, I think.
33, right? 30. That's it.
33 was the sacks for the Packers.
Yeah, and he had 12 of them.
Jeez.
And a whole lot of pressure. Yeah, so you gotta replace it. So do you think that factors into this game, not having Micah? And also do you think how much damage does this do to them if and when they make the playoffs?
Playoffs is a separate story. I think those are two separate questions. To answer the question that is in the comments, there's no guarantee on Watson yet. I think last I saw, he said he feels like he's going to play. So I think technically he might be questionable, but all things are trending towards, he's going to be play. And
they need him.
They do. They obviously.
He has been the receiver. Like, honestly, if you look at the success that they've had, the one guy that he seems to love the most is Watson. Watson opens up a lot of things.
Well, it's because he's fast, he's tall, and he stretches out the field for them. Like, now you got a legitimate deep threat that you have to worry about. So your safety can't sneak up or spy every other position of the field because you never know when Watson is just going to break one. So I fully get that. I think that's going to be huge for them to have. They also, to be fair, still though, they love spreads around the ball to all of their different receivers. Like Dobbs gets a lot of catches. Like Keys is saying in the comments, Golden is catching fire.
You never know when you're gonna get that Wicks game.
Yeah, you're gonna get Wicks. So I do think that their offense is sort of showcasing what they could be. And once again, like we were talking about the last time they played, that's sort of the Bears' issue. The Bears need to get turnovers in order for their defense to really get stops. Their defense doesn't get third down stops like that. Their defense doesn't. And the Bears, I gave them more. I think I gave them too little credit going in. I'm not last week because last week they played the Browns. I can't put too much on them. The Browns are the Browns.
Browns are gonna Brown.
Yeah, the Browns are gonna just be whatever. But I I still don't see the Bears winning this game.
Jacob playing. He playing, Keith.
Yeah. He ain't playing healthy, but he is playing.
Right.
Who?
But Josh Jacobs.
Oh, well, yeah.
I still don't see. I'm gonna be honest. I still don't see the Bears winning. It's probably It'll probably be a closer game than last time.
What's the Bears record right now?
10-4.
10-4, right? 10-4.
The Packers are
9-4-1.
9-4-1.
If the Bears want to have any, their Super Bowl is this game. They ain't going to the Super Bowl, so this is the Super Bowl. So they need to win this game.
I
do or die time.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it's something about the Bears playing the Packers that gives the Bears fits, and it has my entire life. To be honest,
that's why. That's why I say that.
It's very tough for me to fully say, "Oh yeah, the Bears are here, the Bears are that," because they don't win their division games. They don't beat the Lions and the Packers of the world. So I need to see you be the best of your division before I can say you're one of the premier teams. And I don't think that you get that this week still.
I think this. I don't necessarily disagree, but I do think if they plan to be taken seriously, they need to win it.
Yes, they do. Unfortunately, at a score of 28-24, I think they come up short once again.
No
closer
bias.
than last time. A little biased.
You said 28-24?
Yeah, 28-24. Yeah, closer than last time.
Close,
but
very close, yeah.
And you could be right.
Yeah.
I feel like I was taking the Packers in this game, to be honest with you, because I agree a lot of what you said and what you've been saying about the Bears. Because if you look at the numbers overall, and you're like, well, how you might question how this is a 10-win team outside the turnovers. Caleb Williams is not really wowing everybody. He's making some plays, but he's not wowing everybody with his quarterback play. But they take advantage of opportunities, and there's been some teams that have been able to run the ball on. Ask the Philadelphia Eagles, right? And when you can do that and control the clock and run the ball and limit how many times your quarterback has to put it up. He doesn't always have to have those 35 to 40 passing attempt game, but he still has had some. But I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna switch to the Bears on this one. I mean.
They're right. That's what you're saying.
I was telling, you weren't on, Joel. I was telling Diz, we had a few weeks ago. You might have been on when I said they were going to 10 games. Well, they won the 10 games. And Diz was saying the other day, he said, well, it's going to have to be, this week. Like, going to take advantage of it because they're not going to win any other the other three. You can't see them winning the other.
I remember that. Yes, I do.
Yeah. So somewhere in there now.
I still believe that, though, by the way.
I got my 10 that I said was going to go down.
Right.
So I'm just going to try to get these guys to 11, right? So whether we do another show with the Chicago Bears or not, I'm going to let the cat out of the bag. I'm probably going to I'm not root for them, but I'm probably going to pick them every week that we have them up until they at least get to 11.
I do think that I do think that they're not going to win. They play the Packers, Niners, and Lions to finish out the year, and I don't see them winning any of those.
Yeah, that's going to be tough. Those are going to be tough. Especially with the Niners still fighting for their playoff lives. And then the Lions may still be alive in that last week, and that might mean something. So, but, I got my 10. We'll just see if we can get 11 out of this. But
if they win two of them are in Chicago. If they win two of those three, it's a whole different tune. I think that's
they have arrived, is what you're saying.
Those are three great wins. Two or three great wins.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Bears 24-23 in a close one. Field goal, something like that, wins this game. And if the Packers lose this game, man, I'm telling you, it could be rough. Sitting there at 9-5-1 could be rough again, because then you're not winning the division. And then what you would be giving them a 2-game lead?
I'm listening.
You talking about not even getting in the playoffs possibly?
They have to play JJ McCarthy still. They're
I'm trying to. I know
I'm sleeping.
The Dallas Cowboys defense, but I'm just trying to tell you, this is like Joel said, it's a division game, bro. Like, I have to believe that Justin Jefferson is going to have at least one big game before this season is over, and then he starts hollering about I want to be traded. Right? He's got to have one big game in him this year.
It's unfortunate that not with that quarterback. Not.
Hey, every quarterback can have his day. I don't want to compare the two because we're talking about a guy who's had his ups and downs and a guy who hadn't shown much at all. But if we're talking about McCarthy and how bad he can look, people weren't all that high on Bo Nix. I'm high on Bo Nix and everybody else, right? And Bo Nix has not had a lot of great games this year. Until he played the Packers, he probably played his best game of the year. And the Packers have a decent defense. So, I'm just not top five, but still, I'm just saying. Any Sunday, man.
Bo Nix got drafted as high as he did, or not Bo Nix, but JJ McCarthy got high as he did, drafted as high as he did off that one championship game. His premier game, this man was 10 for 18 with 145 yards. That's it.
Hey man, you ain't got to win but one game. It don't matter if you're playing the Cowboys defense or whoever.
I'm just
saying, you might be on a high now.
I'm just saying that premier game for him was 140 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. I'll give you that, but 10 completed passes. They reached, and they know they did.
I mean,
talking about what the team will go after a quarter. We talking about
they might go after a
Giants. What about Minnesota, right?
they might be calling.
I remember like having that debate the year he was getting drafted. Like, oh, do we draft him instead? And I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'll just wait.
No.
And luckily they did. I was like, I got who I wanted. I wanted neighbors.
Well, last game they played 2 weeks ago, Caleb Williams was 19 of 35 for only 186 in the TD, while Love was 17 of 25 for 234, and he had 3 TDs in that game. And I guess the Packers going to do the same effort they got from Edrin Cooper. He had 11 tackles that game, so he's going to need to be busy, especially being down to a defender like Micah Parsons. So.
That was going to hurt. That's going to hurt. I think I'm also like they're lucky it's the Bears. The offense is, like you said, it's not the most premier offense in the league. That's why I said it's going to be a different story come the playoffs where you are playing, phenomenally good offenses.
And you need to get pressure.
Yeah.
You need to get pressure. So, wow. Packers loss can be devastating, though. It can get sticky for them if we're talking about making the playoffs. As we mentioned before when we talked about it. Mike mentioned a little bit on Sunday. 3 teams in the West already at 10 wins. Mm-hmm. So when you look at whoever in the division, those other 2 teams that are sitting there are in a decent spot as of right now. So
I think the one thing that they'll have going for them, though, is that they have a much better conference record than the team in 8th, which is Detroit right now. And even if Detroit wins out, this might be the Packers. They only have one other NFC game outside of this, so they can't equal Detroit's number of conference losses. So that's the one thing they do have going for them.
I'm gonna put it in the books, Keys. This is a Commanders fan right here, but he said the Niners going to the Super Bowl. So I'm gonna put it on the board. I'm gonna put it on the board.
Niners might not even make the playoffs.
That's what's gonna be. They might be that team. They might be that team with 11 wins. May get to 11 wins and might not get in. So I'm just saying.
The fact they got to 11 wins, God bless them.
Well, they still got to play the Colts, the Bears, and the Seahawks. They can very easily lose they could very easily lose 2 of those 3.
Let's go Colts.
I don't know if they lose to the Colts.
Let's go Uncle Phil.
They could very easily lose those last 2.
Crazy enough. I'll just end it by saying this. Not quite the same, playing the same level. We know, and we'll probably talk about it Sunday with the Chiefs being out of it. Seems kind of crazy with them being out of it. But we're talking about expectations. A lot of people had expectations on the Detroit Lions. And now we're at a place where they might not even make the playoffs. That's crazy. there was a lot of people Super Bowl picking the NFC
Mm-hmm.
to start the season, and they may not make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Something to watch. Something to watch.
What world are we living in? It's crazy.
And what I got, I didn't get Source's score. Source has on this game. What did I do with the sheet? Just take quick. Here we go. Source took the Bears 24-20. Yeah, so he has the Bears 24-20, Eagles 28-17, and Rams 30-21. All right. And that's it, y'all. I looked at the just to let you know, anybody that's watching for the show, Sunday, I can already tell you Sunday what my games are Sunday. Because having two of these games that have playoff implications that we just talked about out of the way, so they kind of narrowed it down to about 5 games, and there's some real bangers on there. We got the Bucks and the Panthers.
Ooh, that's gonna be a game.
9 for that division. Both of them sitting there. Division with most likely only one of those teams. Very good chance only one of those teams is going to get in the playoffs.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much have to win that division and get in the playoffs. Steelers and the Lions. We're just talking about the Lions. Steelers got another big win the other night. The 49ers and the Colts.
Okay.
And then the other game, of course, will be the Patriots and the Ravens.
Ooh, no Jags Broncos, huh?
So those are the 5 games that will be on the SBP Sunday morning. So
no Jags Broncos?
Oh, you know what? I missed that. Broncos, so I guess that's how we rolling, right?
Okay, I was gonna say I'm shocked. Okay.
I just skipped over them. Bucks, Panthers, Jags, Broncos, Steelers, Lions, Niners, Colts, Patriots, Ravens.
Okay.
So it is 5. Okay. It's going to be a fire Sunday. Appreciate you guys checking in. Any last words, anything you want to put out there before we sign off?
I got nothing. I'm chilling. I got 2 days left for work and I'm on holiday break, so I'm chilling.
Like Didge, I'm also got 2 more days and I'm on break till next year. I do got my show coming up in literally an half hour. So
there you go.
Much ado about nothing. Half hour. If you like some geeky stuff, come by. We talk some geek shit.
All right, no doubt. I'm a matter of fact, what I may do is what I'm going to do. I'm gonna have both iPads up so I'm gonna check you guys out as well as my man Source over on the Beat Cipher.
Appreciate it.
Yep, definitely gonna do that. And I got time tonight. There's no Abbott Elementary tonight, so nothing else I really want to see.
It's okay. The cup yesterday, we good, right? We good.
That's what I'm talking. I can live with that. I'm cool with that.
Like I was telling Joel, I just hope y'all don't fall to the NBA Cup.
You can't take what we don't got, bro.
I'm just saying, the NBA Cup got a first round exit curse, and I'm hoping y'all don't.
It's only been 2 years.
Yeah, I think I'm hoping that we good the first. I'm just glad we're not going as crazy as some people might expect, because I can already hear that. I was glad to see that they talked about they weren't going to hang the banner. Raise the banner up. They got bigger.
I didn't bother me. I didn't know why it was such a big deal, but whatever. That's fine. Yeah. They don't want to do it. I'm okay with that too.
I'm just glad all the players got that money, especially the players we got that's on those, those
bench guys, 2-way guys.
Yeah.
So Tyler Kelly owned that shit. I want that extra bonus.
Yeah, you guys about to live. So cats getting money, and I'm glad. So shout out to the New York Knicks. Had me worried for a minute in that one, but shout out to the Knicks.
Yeah, it's gonna be your first half. It was scary.
Indeed, yes, indeed. All right. Well, I appreciate you guys, man. I'll catch you guys later. Y'all have a good rest of your evening.
You guys as well.
Yeah, we're good one, boys.
All right.